Hey everybody, welcome to our YouTube channel, Hoosier Adventures. My name's Jim, and tonight we're going to do something kind of fun and exciting. I had a subscriber, a viewer, reach out to me. His name's Eric from Virginia. Hey Eric. And Eric was asking about my jigs, and as everybody knows, I do not sell them. However, Eric reached out, and I told Eric, let's do a YouTube video, and I will make you a couple jigs, put them in the mail to you, and then in return, Eric's going to send us some pictures as he's catching some fish down there in Virginia with these. So we're going to do two different styles of jigs. So Eric's gotten, down there in Virginia, they've gotten a tremendous amount of water. So the water is a chocolate milk kind of color. So we're going to build two jigs. Both of these jigs will work in those conditions. Which one will work better? You know, it just depends. But I think both of them will confidently catching some fish. So tonight's video is about subscriber participation, and we're actually tying two jigs for Eric down in Virginia. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is, obviously we're going to start with one of my favorites that I fish a lot, and that is a 1/16 ounce pink head, round pink headed jig. We're going to start with some hard as nail glue and some 214D thread is what we're going to initially lay down. We're going to lay this thread down the length of the hook. Some exciting news, we are now over 100 subscribers. I'm thrilled about that, and so is Rebecca, my wife. We greatly appreciate all of you very much. And it feels good to be able to give back to somebody that takes the time to watch our videos. That means a lot to us. So one of the things that Eric mentioned to me was that he really likes the split tails. So these split tails that I use actually come from Woods and Water Outdoors. You can order those from Patrick and his brother over there, and they're good quality. They do a good job. They hang out there, hang with the best of them out there. So we're going to get started here and apply this. So your first few wraps are going to be extremely light. You're trying to get it set in there. It's going to want to twist a little bit. When I'm holding it back here, I'm putting just a little bit of tension on it. Now I want to straighten it up. This is where I'm going to try to lock this thing in real good, because we know Eric's going to fish the dog meat out of it, so we want to make sure it's good and tough. What I'm doing right now is building the neck up to match the split tail that I've added, so that we keep the body uniform. Eric's going to be naming these jigs since they're going to belong to him. So whatever the thumbnail says, Eric's the one that come up with the name for them. It's already starting to look like a pretty good jig. Now, one thing that I truly believe is offset colors help intensify other colors. And so tonight I'm going to use a piece of gray hackleneck. I don't want to get carried away with this. All I want to do is just kind of boost the color enhancement of this jig. That tail, especially in that milky colored water. Trim that off. Now we're just going to wrap that head up. And make our body symmetrical. And that's what we have so far. So now it's important that we whip finish this in there. We'll put 4 on there. And now we're going to come back with some hard as nail glue and really keep that jig solid for Mr. Eric so it doesn't fall apart on him. I'm excited for you, Eric. Hopefully we get a ton of pictures from you. Show everybody what the jigs actually did. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I want to go with a monkey milk body. So one of the things I like to use to make that happen is my nib. And this is just a silicone strip that we're going to wrap on here and give this body some solid color. Now I'm not going back to the base of the tail, I'm going to the base of the hackleneck feather. It's going to help secure and lock it in there too. Now what I want to do is I'm going to come back with another set. And that just gives it a little bit of girth near the head. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take and put about 6 wraps on this. We want this body to look as close to like a grub as I possibly can. Now what we're going to do is to tighten this thing all up for Eric is we're going to hit this with some UV glue. We're going to tighten this thing all the way up now. Now I use a thick and once I get it on, we just want to keep rotating it. Put the black light to it. And there we go. So Eric, that's your first one you got to name. Our next jig is a 1/32 ounce round head that's black. What I'm doing here is I'm tuning that point and making sure it's just above the eye outlet for Eric. And I'll make sure that any strikes he gets, he keeps the fish instead of missing. These hooks too are very forgivable out there on the water. They tend to relax enough that if you're in some heavy cover or whatever, they'll give you back your jig. So this jig here is going to be a little bit different. So let me get set up and we'll get started on it. I'll clean up here just a little bit and be with you in just a second. Okay, for you guys it was a split second. For me, I had a lot of stuff to clean up. We're going to start the same way. We're going to put our hardest nail glue on this shank. And then we're going to use a 240D thread on this one. The reason I'm going with a little thicker thread on this one is we're going to try to add in some unique features on this jig that should help in that milky colored water that Eric's got to fish right now. I know they've had quite a bit of water down there and rain. Several subscribers have commented about how much rain they've had. Again, we're going to do a split tail for Eric because he really likes the split tails. This split tail is a little bit unique. It's got a chartreuse green, but it's got a little silver flash built right into the tail. So that should help trigger some strikes. I'm trying to start loose, and the lights from the camera and everything kind of Normally when I'm tying jigs, here we got it. The most important thing is just keeping it straight. Now I'll tell you, some guys, I've seen some guys, they lay down glue thinking that might help, but to be honest with you, I don't like getting the glue all over my fingers and stuff and then trying to dry my fingers out before I do anything else. You want to make sure you're right at that hook point as we work this back up now. All right, so we're going to do the same thing as we did with the other one. We're going to give this just some feather action between the tail to enhance that just a little bit. And when I cut this, you basically want to end up with a V. And I'll show you. Well, I cut some of the hair, but there's a V right here. I'm just making sure I'm keeping this body nice and eccentric. Now we want to put about 4 whip finishes on this part of it. Cinch that up real good. And then we're going to come back with that hard as nail glue. Now because that water is so stained, I'm going to add just a little bit more flair to this jig. We're going to use a Chanel body. I always strip the end just a little bit so I get a good tie-in with that Chanel. And again, we're going to take it all the way back to the feather. Now what we're going to do is we're going to wrap the chenille and the flash into the jig. You want to make sure that your flash stays over the top of that chenille. We're going to trim them both. Now we're going to do the whip finish and tie it together. This jig should work well for bluegill, red ear, crappie, probably some trout. Okay. So I gave it a hint of purple through that black just because purple and black really kind of stands out in a milky colored situation. You don't want to overpower it though. You know, if you were to just put the flash in the tail or whatever, it might be too much. And then you're losing strikes. By wrapping it in there with the chenille, as you can see, we're just getting hints of it. Which is what we want. We don't want to overpower it. We want to make sure it's still got that bug kind of look to it. On this one, we're going to do the same thing. I want to put just a touch of UV glue. I use the thick up here on the head and just let it roll down the thread where I tied all this together. And it'll kind of roll around and seal that thread real good for him. I'm just checking also to make sure there's no hangers or anything like that that, you know, could pull anything loose on him. But as you can see, that purple starts to really dance in there on that black body a little bit. And then with the chartreuse tail, with the flash in it, all this working side by side with each other, should do really well for him. There you go, guys. We have tied 2 Eric jigs tonight, so I'm going to send him pictures, email him pictures, let him name them, and then whatever's on the thumbnail will be Eric's jigs. So both jigs tonight for Eric. both of these should work really well in his conditions down there and should produce for him. Both of them are split tails, which is what he likes. So hopefully we get some pictures and hopefully maybe even a PB best on something. So awesome, awesome, awesome. If you like the video, please do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. Please comment. You got questions, ask them. If there's something that, you can see that I'm doing, that I could be doing better, I'm not afraid of constructive criticism. Again, you guys got to remember, I've only been tying for probably 6 months. I like to be creative. I like to look at the information the fish are giving me out there, and then take that initiative and creativity and come back here and do something up that hopefully helps you guys catch more fish and me. So again, it's important. It helps the channel out greatly. So give me a thumbs up if you do enjoy the video. And if you're inclined, please subscribe. We have went over 100 subscribers and we are thrilled about that. And we want to try to do something to show our appreciation on that part, and that's yet to come. But we set a pretty stiff goal. I started this YouTube channel somewhere end of February, maybe the 1st of March, and we said we were going to try to have 1,500 subscribers this year. We're hopeful. We're going to keep our goal, and we're going to stay focused on that, and hopefully we can achieve that. But we appreciate all of you very, 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 very much. Words can't express how much we appreciate y'all. So outside of that, Eric, I'll be shooting these pictures and emailing them to you here real soon. And hopefully we'll get them in the mail to you real soon and you can start fishing, buddy. So again, Eric's in Virginia and reached out to me. So, and anybody can reach out to me anytime through the email and through the comment section. I answer everything, guys. And I think Eric and a handful of other subscribers will tell you that I'm pretty Johnny on the spot of answering the comments and things like that, because I do appreciate your participation in the channel. That's what we want. So outside of that, guys, hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll look forward to doing the next video. Who knows? Could be for another subscriber. I'm not sure. Hope so. But anyway, y'all have a great evening, and please be kind. And we'll see you on the next video. Hopefully it's a fishing video. That's what I'm hoping for. So everybody have a great evening. And again, please be kind. Good night, everybody.